Hi everybody, this is Adrian Melero once again from Miami Acupuncture Therapy. And in today's video, we're going to discuss the 3 secrets to proofing yourself from getting sick and to make it more difficult for you to get sick if you do get sick. First one, number 1, probiotics. Now, a lot of what goes on in the body with immune regulation and everything goes on in the gut. And when you have a good beneficial flora, and it's like the more dominant one, it's more difficult for you to get sick and for opportunistic stuff from the negative to take over. So when you have the good beneficial flora, your chances of getting sick are less. And if you do get sick, it's easier to squash it because of the environment in your intestine and your gut. Number 2, minerals and micronutrients. And very specifically, vitamin D. A lot of times the flu season mostly has more to do with the time of year, the tilt of the earth, and the angle of the sun. You're not getting as much vitamin D from the sun as you would at other times of the year when you're exposed to it. So like supplementation is essential, and vitamin D really helps with getting your immune system up and stronger. Makes it more difficult for you to get sick, and if you do get sick, your body has a much easier time in fighting it off. In addition to vitamin D, then there's zinc, which is also very preventative. Makes it more difficult for you to get sick. And then you have all the other micronutrients and minerals that when you have those up all around, very tough to get sick. Vitamin C, etc. A lot of reasons why so many people that get sick in third world countries, they die so easily because it's the lack of nutrients. Whereas here it's a lot more difficult. So there's not as much need as other interventions, preventative interventions that might have like certain side effects, and it's kind of like a hit or miss type of thing. Whereas if you have these fundamentals, it makes it more difficult. Now, number 3, nipping it in the bud. So if you do get sick, the best way to squash it is to get it like early on. So if you start feeling like a little woozy, and then you have something on hand in your medical cupboard, it makes it easier to get it like quicker. For example, if you have a virus, it can replicate every like 20 to 30 minutes. It might double. So for example, if you want to have me over the biocidin and the colloidal silver, for viruses, you can get something herbal like Viral Defense, which by the way, in my herbal store, launching new herbal store, just launched store at Miami, store.miamiacupuncturetherapy.com. So be sure to look it up there. And one quick moment. You have other items such as colloidal silver, and you gotta get the proper form. Not the ionized form with the cheap maker with the little battery, but ones that make particles and then nanoparticles, because the silver, if you go look at one of my previous videos in more detail, will mechanically obstruct replication of viruses. And there's even studies like for bacteria that versus bacteria, it permeates the cell and weakens it, and those studies will say that it increases the efficacy of other antibiotic medicines by weakening the cells. So if you combine this with the antiviral, or if it's a bacterial infection, with biocidin, which is another proven botanical, you can nip things in the bud very quickly. Biocidin is very effective for biofilms. Even like stuff like mold exposure and fungus is very good. It's very broad spectrum, and I like it. It's very versatile. It's even been shown to kill the bad bacteria while sparing the good beneficial flora, which I find amazing, so I love it. So, you know, no prescription required because it's a botanical, and it's one of the reasons I endorse it, and it's something that you can just keep in your cupboard where you don't have to run, get an appointment and prescription, you're losing time. You know, you could just squash it and nip it in the bud. So between that and you nip it in the bud, plus you follow all those things to fortify the previous first two things I mentioned to fortify your immune system, you can make it very difficult for you to get sick. So those are my 2 cents. The Cordoso is a nasal spray form. So feel free to like and subscribe my video, and on to the next video. Oh, come here. You have something to say? Yeah.
Like and subscribe this video and give a big thumbs up.
All right.